we're talking about groups. We're talking about group travel. We are talking about why groups, why you, and why now. Okay. And again, my challenge for you is for you to execute for you to launch your first group trip, whether it's your first group trip ever or your first group trip since COVID, because things have changed, right? Things are different. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. All right. So that is my challenge for you, is for you to launch your group trips, right? Why group travel? Why not just book 2 people at a time here and there? You've got neighbors, you got family members who want to go on a honeymoon. That's simple. That's easy. Look, a lot of you who already are in the industry know that we spend so much time taking calls and inquiries from people who are just looking for something cheap or the lowest price. And we end up doing all of this research to find the perfect trip for them with all of the experiences for them. You know, it's a lot of time. It's very time consuming. We can spend hours. And if it's not, if it's not $1,000 for 2 people to Cancun, all inclusive in a 5-star luxury, they're going to keep looking, right? So that's one of the challenges that we deal with. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, booking individual travel. I know a lot of people are really successful booking individual travel, if that's, if they have built their system and that's what they choose to do. My philosophy, though, is that you can do the same amount of work and get 10 people that you would do to get 2 people. It's the same amount of work. It's the same amount of time. Actually, it's probably is less time, really. So that's like one of the main reasons that, that you want to do this. You don't have to compete with the internet. So let me make this clear. Number one, with group travel, you're not dealing so much with price shoppers, right? They're not shopping around for pricing. They want to go on the experience that you have put together for them. Okay. And guess what? They want to go because they want to be with their friends. They want to be with their family, or they want to meet some new friends, right? So it's all about that experience for them. So that's one of the main reasons why group travel. Another reason is it's so much easier, in my opinion. Booking group travel is so much easier than booking individual travel or FIT travel, whatever you want to call it. It's so much easier because guess what? You don't have to deal with complicated GDS booking systems at all. You can pick up the phone and call your suppliers. You can email them. You can submit an RFP, by email, complete an online form. It's so much easier than shopping around with a bunch of different vendors for 2 people. And, and one thing that I mentioned before is competing with the internet. When people contact you and they want to book group travel, when they want to book travel with you for a couple of people, they're shopping, right? They've already been online. They already know what Expedia's price is. They already know what Travelocity is charging. They already know what Cheap Caribbean is charging. They're calling you because you're supposed to have the inside scoop. And they want to know if you can get a better deal than what they found themselves on the internet, right? I call those people travel lookers, not travel bookers. And there are so many travel lookers.
Absolutely.
Right? And when you deal with groups, you really don't have to deal with that. You really don't have to deal with that. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to show you a system that's really going to help you to overcome that. Chantel says, I'm preaching, y'all. So yeah, you can multiply your income, right? with group travel. So you already spent the same amount of time booking travel for 10 people or 20 people, that you would have taken doing the research and planning for 2 people. But guess what? You've made 10 times and 20 times the money than what you would have made booking that individual trip. And even with group travel, this is great. Depending on how your business is set up, you can get your commission up front and your fees up front, and you can use those things now to run your business. That's why you're in business, is to make money, and you need money to keep your business running and to keep your business afloat, right? And so if you are booking individual travel and you're using a GDS booking system or whatever, and you can't get your commission until 30 days after they come back, after the traveler comes back, or 45 days after they come back, who is that benefiting? Like, you have to literally be in business for almost a year before you can make and use any money. I mean, maybe some people have some different experiences. The other good thing about group travel is that other people are doing the selling for you. So you don't have to go out and book that couple each time, right? And go back to them on their anniversary year each year and see if they want to go somewhere new, and then try to find a new couple out there to sell your travel packages to that you're putting together, right? You don't have to do that with group travel. Once you put your trip out there and you notify the right people, right, they're going to sell it for you. When you notify the people, the party goers, the ones who really want to experience what you are offering, the people who really want that transformation, they're going to sell that for you. They're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, they're going to tell everybody where they're going and when. And they're going to say, you should go too, you should come. And guess what? They're going to be able to tell them exactly how much it's going to cost and everything, because you're not going to have to research a travel package for another couple or something. They're just going to come and join your group trip, but they're going to sell it for you. And then you can even create, we'll talk about this more too, but you can even have brand ambassadors in your business, people that are always promoting your trips just because they're your fans. They love traveling with you. They're your super fans. And they love traveling with you. So they're going to tell everybody, about your upcoming trip, because guess what? They want to go for free. And that's another thing about group travel too, is that you can get a certain number of free spaces, a certain number of comps, we call them, that you can pass along to your super fans, and you can pass along to yourself so that you can go to all the places you want to go, right? And just by leading these group trips. And when you get to a point, because I got to a point where I didn't want to lead my groups anymore. I had been to these destinations multiple times. I had been to these events multiple times. And I got to a point where I didn't want to go anymore. And I was kind of outgrowing the business model that I had at that time. But guess what? I had super fans. I had people who loved going. And I was able to train them on how to host my group trips. And I didn't have to pay them a dime. All I had to do was give them the comps that I had earned for selling the trip. And they really earned their own, because they told everybody that they were going, and they got people to come on the trip as well. All right. So you can set it up that way where if you could tell them, hey, if you bring 10 people, I'm going to discount your trip by $500. If you bring 20, you get to go for free. So tell me they are not going to do the work to get those people on that trip. They are going to be hustling.